convert this dot plot into a histogram. And I wanted to show you this histogram maker, and I'll link this in Schoology. It's a website that will help you create a histogram. Okay, let's get started. To convert from a dot plot into a histogram, the big main thing that we need to do is gather all the data points. So I need to look at my dot plot over here and kind of just pull out all the different numbers that I see. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to record those numbers right into this text box in my histogram maker. Okay, so looking at my dot plot, I can see along the bottom, well, first of all, I know that this is a dot plot showing pocket money. So the amount of pocket money that a certain number of people have. So how much money they have in their pocket. And since it's money, it's set up in increments of $1. And what I want to do is I want to figure out what is the interval between the different hash marks along the bottom. So let's count. So we start at 0, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so each hash mark, each interval here is like 10 cents, right? So 0.1. So this first dot is at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that means that that dot represents 50 cents. That's 0.5. And then I press enter to go to the next line. And then taking a look over here, so if that was 5, that's 6, 7, and it looks like this dot is right in between 7 and 8. So that would be 0.75. Okay, next one is 1 past the $1, so that's $1.10, so 1.1. And then we have 2 dots right here in between the 2 and the 3, so that's at 1.25. And again, there's 2 dots, so that means there's 2 values at that place. And then we've got 3, 4, 5, so that's 1.5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, that's at $2, and there's 3 dots there, so I'm going to do 2, 2, 2. And then the next ones are at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So $2.50 or 2.5. And again, that's 3 times 6, 7, 8, 9. That's $3. It looks like there's one at $3.05, so 3.05. And then another one at $3.10, or 3.1. And then none at all until we get to $5, and there's 2 values there. So now I've taken all of these dots from the dot plots and just converted them into this list of numbers. And I scroll down a little bit and there's this button that says generate. I click on that and it pulls up a histogram for me. They set it up automatically. The different bin widths and the amount of bins that we have. But we can edit it to kind of make it whatever we want to be. But let's first just talk about it. So the way they set it up is they have bin widths of, it looks like 1.3. We can see that there are 5 people who have between 0 and $1.30. And then there were 7 people between $1.30 and $2.60. And then 2 people between $2.60 and $3.90. And then $2 between $3.90 and $5.20. But as you could tell as I read through it, it's a little, those bin widths are a little arbitrary. They're kind of random. They don't really mean much, and they're a little bit difficult to understand. So let's scroll down, and we're going to use this edit tool to edit our histogram. So right now we have 4, they call them classes, we're calling them bins, but so 4 different bins, and it says lowest class value or lowest bin value is 0. So that's these values along the x-axis, and yeah, we do want it to start at 0. And then it also says specify class range. So what this is going to do is going to allow us to edit the width of the bins. So the class range, they just mean the bin width. And let's make our bin width 1, because that seems like it makes a lot more sense. And then we also want to think about so the number of classes. So if our class range is 1, if our bin width is 1, then that's what that is going to mean is that I'm going to draw it out here. So if I'm starting at 0 and my bin width is 1, that would mean that in this bin width right here between 0 and 1, I can put in any values that are between 0 and 99 cents. And then in this next bin width, 1 to 2, I can add in any values between 1 and $1.99. Those boundary values, the values that show up right on the edge, so that like $1 or 0 is going to always fall into the bin to the right, okay? Again, what we're doing right now is we're trying to figure out the number of bins we want to use. And since we've decided our bin width is going to be 1, so we've got 0 to 1, 1 to 2, it might be tempting to think that we only need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bins. But again, remember those boundary values always fall into the bin to the right. So these $5 values right there are going to fall into this bin over here to the right of the 5. So that means we actually need to have 6 different bins if we want to have a bin width of 1 and we want to show all of our data. So let's go ahead and hit edit histogram. And I have my new and improved histogram, which has 6 different bins. Each bin has a width of 1. You can see I've got 2 people in the 0 to 1 range, 4 people in the 1 to 2 range, 6 people in the 2 to 3 range, another 2 people between the 3 to 4 range, and then that's 0 between 4 and 5. And this was one of your warm-up questions. And the reason why there's 0 there is because there's 0 values between 4 and 5. There's no one that had between $4 and $5 in their pocket. And then finally, we have those 2 final people in the 5 to 6 bin. And just to play around with it a little bit more, what I'm going to do is I'm going to extend the bin width to 2 and then decrease the number of bins I have to 3. So I'm going to change this. So number of bins, I'm going to change to 3. And then the range, I'm going to make it 2. And again, I hit edit histogram. And this is just a different way of looking at the same data. So I hope that's helpful. I would like you to use this histogram maker to create your own histogram. And the way you can share these histograms is you just need to right-click on the graph and you can save the image.